right, so what are you making?
S-ups. S-ups to hang pots over the fire.
About how hot do you have to get the steel to work it?
I work the steel between 2,000 and 2,200 degrees. And the fire has the capability of about 3,500 degrees using a forced draft and coal for fuel. Coal, you convert to coke, you're burning the smoke off of it. Makes it pliable. Draw it out. Metal being durable. I don't make it just plumb plain. It don't have to be hit hard. Some things you have to exert some force to it to move it. If you've got a large mass, large being negotiable. Wind steals your heat. It's better to work on a 30-degree day with no wind than it is a 60-degree day with a howling wind.
Where do you get a hold of coal at?
Best coal is eastern part of the U.S.
Why don't you use wood or another source of fuel?
Because I can use charcoal. Charcoal is a cleaner burning fuel. Works quite well, but you'll burn about 5 times as much charcoal as you will coal. So in a day's work at my home shop, I'll burn about 30 pounds of coal. So I'd burn 120 to 150 pounds of charcoal. That's what I was using.
What was your name?
Clayton Hall.
When did you get started in blacksmithing?
About 30 years ago. Ran into some blacksmiths at a mountain man rendezvous in Red Lodge, Montana. Or learning or have more experience in you, you're going to learn something. There's few people left that can do the things that the old traditional ancient blacksmiths did. The knowledge has been lost. They find tools that some blacksmith used to make some project, and until you are faced with that project with his same ideas of how to make it, that tool's a mystery. But maybe one day somebody will find that tool and say, oh, I got that project. Well, that's what that tool's for. I use forms because it let me be more uniform in my production. Use the tools that work best for you. There's other ways to do it. Other people prefer different ways, but you do what works for you. Get more uniformity by using a little tiny pair of scrolling pliers. That was one of the things that the blacksmith did. He made his own tools. So my heat ain't quite long enough there. By using various sizes of common materials, like this is a piece of 1-inch pipe. Works just great for a form. Straighten it out, make sure it's true. Hang there so you don't burn yourself. there's really two principal maneuvers for blacksmithing. There's others, but two that you'll use more than anything else, and that is to draw it out to a point.
Mm-hmm.
You draw it out to a point. If it's a short point, it can be a nail. If it's a long point, it's a knife. And then bend it. Bend it, it can be a hook, it could be a tire or a wagon. So one of the first things for a blacksmith to do is learn to make his own tongs. You know, it's intimidating to the new smith to think he can make a pair of channel lock pliers. But the whole key in making a pair of tongs is you make two pieces just alike. You don't make two opposites, you make two pieces just alike.
What variety of products do you make for these events?
Mostly campfire cookery. Tripod, grills, spoons, spatulas, ladles. A project that showed some craftsmanship, and some thought process went into designing. Not just making something that utilitarian. Stuff that I make, if a person just not leave it out in the weather and let it rust away, most everything I make can be handed down to your great grandkids. So why make it plumb plain? Make something that looks nice, and it'll be a matter of pride, 50, 100 years from now. I mean, that's what the old guys did. They put their touch mark on it. I've got a broad axe that I can't make out the touch mark on it, but some blacksmith made that broad axe, and I still have it. Blacksmithing is not a part of the modern world. I'm not out to. I'm not going to make 1,000 S-hooks to go on a shelf at some store. I take the time to make it, make them true, and true and square. And does it make the pot hang any better? No, but it's a matter. To me, that's what the blacksmith does. The old workers of iron, they were masters. They served an apprenticeship. They were taught their skills. They handed the skills down to the next generation. But the two principal moves is you draw out a piece of steel to a point. It could be a nail. It could be a knife blade. You bend it. It can be a hook. It can be a wagon tire. So what do you want to do with it? It's somewhere in between is what you need. But that's basic blacksmithing right there. And,
yep.
Anybody with a little bit of hammer control can get a fire. The forge can be an old wheelbarrow or old barbecue grill. The bellows, that's a great bellows because it's a two-chambered bellows. But that could be a hairdryer from some store. So, but you're going to make all the heat you need, so you don't need external heat pumped into it. And, you know, nothing about this cannot be made in a, you know, a modest home shop. So, what better hobby can a person have than go out, beat the fire out of something, and then you make something while you do it.